Good evening, lecturer and friends. Today, Group 7 would like to present to you our presentation on the topic of denial of service, DOS attack. I'm Kong Yiming, and I will give you a brief introduction of our topic. Let's begin by defining what denial of service DOS attack is. A denial of service DOS attack is an attack meant to shut down a machine or network, making it inaccessible to its intended users. Those attacks accomplish this by flooding the target with traffic or sending it information that trigger a crash. Now, let's explore the diverse landscape of denial of service DOS attack by discussing its various types. Denial of service can be manifest in several ways. First is application layer flood. Attackers exploit vulnerabilities in the way the application handles requests and responds to overwhelm the application's resolve, causing it to slow down, crash, or become unresponsive to legitimate user. Second is retribute denial of service DDoS attack. Attackers using large amount of compromise and hijack computers or device, also known as zombie machine, to overwhelm target with a flood of internet traffic and malicious attempt to disrupt regular traffic. Third, and also the last, unintended denial of service attack. Not all those attacks are malicious. Some service delayed by legitimate traffic, resulting in service creep or brought down. This often happens as a result of media and social media exploits. Lastly, let's examine examples of denial of service DOS attack, including IoT botnet attack, PIN flood, SYN flood, NTP amplification, teardrops, ping of death, UTP floods, Smurf attack, DNS amplification, HTTP flood, and snow lorries. Thank you.
Hello everyone, before I start my speech, let me introduce myself. First, my name is Jong Kayam. Today I'm going to talk about Pub2 local news on denial of service attack. DDoS out of work. Malaysia loves to be the tallest or biggest in something. Now Malaysia continues that practice by being one of the biggest cyber criminals. Malaysia is launching denial of service attack on Malaysia Today. Those attacks overload the Malaysia Today site service by denying access by legitimate visitors. Denial of service attacks are a cybercrime. Such attacks inflict food at what between a site and its users. What and such attack a cybercrime? For example, a company to attack the site of a competitor. That will be in effect a business welding a shutter covering the door of a rival business. That will not be tolerated for obvious reasons. The Malaysian government is committing a cybercrime by blocking Malaysia Today. The Malaysian government is also once again demonstrating its until contempt for civil society and the law by engaging in cybercrime. Whatever damage Malaysia Today inflict on the Malaysian government, the Malaysian government inflicting additional damage on itself by engaging in cybercrime. Malaysia Today is merely responsive to the wrongdoing of the Malaysian government. The Malaysian government can stop Malaysia Today without resorting to cybercrime very simple actually, by just become a responsible government, ending corruption, in conducted, creating in election, exploiting the poor and the minority misdeed of the government. Interpretive media such as Malaysia Today had a vital role in democratic social ethics, the role of keeping the government honest opposite official wrongdoing. Lastly, let we talk about ethical issue. The first ethical issue is cybersecurity. For example, engaging in cyber attack inherently is responsible and unethical. Use of technology is not only disrupt the targeted service but can also have correlative damage on other internet users and systems. The government should obvious the law and enforce it. No commit crime themselves. This behavior set and discipline principle for the digital age. The second ethical issue is right to information, freedom of speech. The denial of service attack hinder the ability of users to access information from Malaysia today, potentially infringing of their right of freely listen and impart information. The right to information and freedom of speech are basic human rights, but ethical issues arise when government seek to suppress or hinder interpretive media as this undermine and principle and democracy and free speech.
Hello everyone, I'm happy to here to talk about our group activity. So first and foremost, allow me to introduce myself. My name is David Hizaya and my student ID is 122-120-5623. I'm in group 7, section D2A, and our group topic is DOS attack. Now, let me share international news and ethics issue about the DOS attacks with you. Polish news websites hit by those attacks. May 18, Warsaw, according to Alan and Carol, authorities believe that distributed denials of service assaults on many Polish news websites were carried out by Russian hacker organizations. Those attacks work by delivering massive quantities of internet traffic in a simple attempt to bring down target service. Jenner stated that in order to fix the problem organization must be ready to respond to the assault. The Russian Foreign Ministry did not respond quickly to an email request for comment. As a result, the website of the dairy newspaper Gazeta Wyborcza, Responsibilidad, and Super Express were among those affected. As a result, Wyborcza and the news website wpolitics.pl have proved that they were the target of an attack. So, if you are interested in the news, you may view it by clicking the link below in the slides. Yeah. Next, let me share the ethical issues about those attacks. We have 3 ethical issues. So first is cybersecurity responsibility. Nations have an ethical obligation to safeguard their digital infrastructure, which includes government systems, essential infrastructure, and citizen data. This involves developing strong cybersecurity measures, constantly upgrading systems, and effectively educating workers to mitigate cyber risks. If a country fails to appropriately preserve its digital assets, it may be held accountable for failing to protect sensitive information and ensure the continuity of important service. This can result in data breaches, trust erosion, and serious harm to residents. So the second issue is protection of information. Those assaults on news websites can impede press of freedom, which is a basic democratic virtue. When cyber attacks are used to be suppressed or restrict media outlets, limiting the public's access to information and compromising democratic norms, ethical consideration arise. So the third international cyber. So the third ethical issues is international cyber norms. Establishing international cyber standard and agreement through ethical diplomacy is critical to maintaining cyberspace peace and stability. Ethical debates center on developing laws and standards for state activity in the digital sphere, such as prohibiting cyber attacks on key infrastructure like media companies. After that, nations have an ethical commitment to follow globally established cyber standard and to refrain from engaging in destructive of damaging cyber activity. Failure to do so may result in international criticism and a loss of trust in the global digital community. So this is the presentation I did. Thank you for your time and listening.
Hello, I am Yao Shihao and welcome to my presentation. I am grateful for the chance to talk about denial of service attack. From the ethical perspective of cybersecurity, the state has an obligation to protect all digital bases. This is because the protection of privacy and respect for individual privacy are fundamental ethical principles of cybersecurity. Besides, freedom of the press from an ethical perspective, the actions of the Russia hacking organization are a dire violation of the ethics of freedom of the press, which protect the right of news organizations to be free from governmental or other pressures in order to produce news that is fair and objective. In addition, the right of access to information as news websites in the Internet age are one of the most important source of information for people. Everyone has the right to access to a wide range of views and information, and therefore protecting these sites from attacks is part of upholding the right of access to information. The response methods is regularly update and maintain servers and applications to ensure that attackers cannot exploit security vulnerabilities to launch DDoS attacks. Besides, consider using a DDoS protection service. Choosing a reliable DDoS protection service provider can help mitigate the impact of an attack on your website. Furthermore, increased network bandwidth and capacity that withstand massive DDoS onslaught. Besides, insert the effect system and servers. Shut down the effect servers or use firewalls rules to block malicious traffic to prevent further harm. In conclusion, allow me to summarize our opinion. We encourage societies, organizations, and individuals to pay attention to these issues and take action to ensure stability of digital world. Additionally, we can on the community to learn about the impact of DDoS attacks and how to protect themselves on the course. That brings me to the end my presentation. Thank you for your attention.